Hi everyone, Ricky here from Tech Talk. Thanks very much for joining us. Today is my final review on the Vodafone Smart Ultra 7. So this is their new Smart Series 7. So we had the Platinum 7 as the first 7, Mini 7, all new phones to come on our channel. So loads of videos already for the Ultra 7. There is a dedicated playlist. Go and check that out and let me know what you think. So first of all, moving on to our review. First of all, I want to show you around the device, what buttons there are on the device, show a bit about the home screen, and then I'm going to do something a little bit different for my reviews. I'm going to do a top 5 countdown. So I hope you enjoy this, and let's get into our video. So first of all, let's start at the top of the device. On the top here, you're going to find a 3.5 jack, and you've got a little microphone as well there for making sure that it picks up on your video recordings. So the 3.5 jack is provided, so you can use headphones, which is really good to see, as some companies like Apple maybe actually ditching their 3.5 jack to make a thinner phone. So on the left hand side, you're not going to find any buttons whatsoever, and you can see the casing for the device, which is very nice. It's silver. This is an aluminium silver. So taking a look at the bottom here, you can see a micro USB charging port, which offers fast charging, your speaker grill, and a microphone again. Moving around to the right hand side of the phone, you're going to find your power, sleep, wake button and volume rockers with a different texture compared to the actual casing. So for me, being registered blind, it's nice to feel that. As I feel things more than actually look at them, I can see here that the textures feel different. So volume rockers as well, just above there. So looking at the back of the device here, you can see first of all our 13 megapixel camera with dual tone flash. You've got the Vodafone branding here, which is a silver one, and you've got a textured backing as well, and that is plastic. So that will take some scratches and knocks and dents, and it's not going to break. So first of all, looking at our lock screen here, there's multiple applications that you can jump into. You've got our notifications here, which you can dismiss one way or actually activate another way. Also, you can unlock this with a PIN, pattern or password, so security is key here. Also, you actually have a physical home button. And alongside that physical home button, you do have a back button. You do have a menu button as well, where you can dismiss your applications. Pressing and holding that main home button will take you to Google, so you can get all your information from Google. So on our home screen here, we can fully customize this with wallpaper, widgets, and change the application. What you need to do is actually touch and hold the display, and then this will pop up that you can change your wallpaper or add a widget. Also, you can change your dedicated home screen if you so wish. So moving across, you have the Vodafone content panel. We've got some of the applications here. By touching and holding an application, they can either be dismissed or added into a folder, and then you can rename that folder. Pulling down from the top, you're going to find your notification areas if you do have any. Pulling all the way down, you're going to find your widget drawer. So in here, you can change the brightness, your airplane mode, Wi-Fi connection. Like I said, I'm going to do my review videos a little bit different from that. We're going to do a countdown, so either a top 10 or a top 5. For this device, I thought I'd start with a top 5. So at 5 is speakers. So the first thing I want to talk about is the speaker here. The speaker, like I showed you, was down at the bottom. So it's not on the back, which is very good. Some phones still put their speakers on the back, and when it's placed down on a desk or a table, it doesn't sound very good. With it here, it's actually facing away from the device, and you'll get a good sound. With this speaker, it's a 2.4 watt speaker, and it does sound really good. The only key little thing I would say is a little bit trapped, a little bit tinny, but you've got to remember the cost of the device. This device only costs £135, so please bear that in mind when testing out these phones and looking at these devices. Also, if you're interested, go and check out our sound test video for this device. You get to really see what the display looks like when playing a movie and what the sound really sounds like. So at 4 is the display. I want to talk about the display. So it's a 5.5 IPS LCD Full HD display, so 1080p. It has a PPI of 401, so that's really good. It's a high pixel per inch rating compared to the iPhone, which is exactly the same, but it's triple or quadruple the cost. Also, this phone is protected very well from its drops, scratches, dents, and accidents that you might happen to have, and that is thanks to Dragon Tail glass. So this phone is protected. That's nice to see that Vodafone is putting some protection in for their devices. So in our countdown, at 3 is the camera. So first of all, let's start on the rear. It's a 13 megapixel camera. You're going to get full HD recording. It's got a dual tone flash. Moving around to the front, we're going to see a 5 megapixel camera, also with a flash, which is great for them selfies, even in the dark areas or when you're out at night and you just got to get that selfie. This camera will take it for you. So we are going to have a camera test as well, so go and check that video out. So at number 2 in our countdown is power and performance, and power and performance is key with this device. Remember that cost that I told you, £135. This phone comes with an octa-core processor, so that's 8 cores of processing power. So we have 4 cores at 1.8 GHz and 4 at 1.0 GHz. Also, this phone comes with 2 GB of RAM. If you compare that again to the iPhone, that only has 2 GB of RAM, but costs upwards of £600. This device is running the latest Android software, which is Marshmallow, and could possibly have the new Android N Nugget push as well later this year or early next year. Also, with your power and performance is your battery life. Battery life is key for these devices, as we all love to use our devices every day now. So this phone comes with a 2,960 mAh battery, which should last you to a day and a half of moderate to high usage. So me personally, I've tried and I've tried. I have got a solid day's use out of it, really stress testing the battery, really pushing it, and the furthest I've got it is to 2 days. So please bear that in mind. But with that quick charge port down there at the bottom, you are going to get ready to charge back up and get on the go straight away. So number 1 in our countdown is the overall specs to price ratio. Remember, this phone only costs £135 on pay as you go, which is such a cheap device and puts it right in there in the mix. And I'm hopefully going to have a test with the Moto G4. So if you wish to get this phone on contract as well, it's £19 a month with no upfront cost, and you'll get 500 minutes, unlimited text, and 500 megabytes of data. So please bear that in mind. Or like I said, you can go and get it for £135. So this phone comes in 2 different colours from Vodafone. You can either get this aluminium silver or a satin black as well. So the choice is yours, but I do like silver. Silver looks very nice, very sleek, very slender design as well. If you actually have a look around the phone, it is very nice, very small profile. So just wrapping up my review here for the Vodafone Smart Ultra 7. Me personally, I was very shocked when I did see this phone, as it wasn't planned. I was under embargo not to really talk about it for over a week. I have been testing it for that week beforehand. I was really shocked, and they have really moved on compared to their Prime 6 and their Prime 6 Ultra. So it's nice to see that they've gone for a better design, a more sleek and slender design, a more stylish design, I think, with this silver here. So my key thing with this device was its camera. The 13 megapixel camera offered great photos, even in dark and light situations, and there is going to be a camera test. Let me know what you think down below, what you thought of this video, the new style of my videos, and what you thought of the phone. So it'd be always great to hear from you guys. Thanks always for watching. Please give a thumbs up. Always subscribe to the channel for the latest videos. It's always great to hear you guys subscribing and commenting on our videos. So bye for now.